Dessert's going to be a pumpkin Phyllo Mousse with a chantilly cream. So the ingredients that we need are some fresh strawberries, brown sugar, some real Canadian maple syrup, of course a little bit of the goodness, some whipping cream, some sour cream, of course a little bit of butter, the Phyllo dough itself, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in just a minute. So I roll open the Phyllo to get the sheets ready. Once we unfold them, first thing we're going to do is cover them with our damp towel till the rest of our prep is ready to go, and that'll keep them moist and not drying out for us. So the butter's ready. I'm going to get our pan. We're going to use an ordinary muffin pan. That'll create the little cups. We take the butter, brush it on the inside and on the outside as well, because we don't want the pastry to stick. Making them nice and crispy, eh, Chef?
Absolutely.
So our pan is prepped. So the first thing we want to do, and we can make this as simple as we want. This stuff here tears very easily, but it also repairs very simply. So if you get a tear in it like this here, don't freak out. It's all fine. We'll show you how to deal with that right away. Cover that up. So just continue to baste it along the way. What I like to do is I like to fold it into itself. This way it doesn't tear and we get the layers right away.
And also, sign of professional. Keeps it nice and clean too, doesn't it?
Sure does. Perfect. Fold the last layer on top. Give her a quick brush. Now what we do is we're just going to cut our shapes to fit inside. So we just cut them in fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go like this. We place it inside the cup, just like that. Fold down the tips. And then we're just going to resume this 3 times. Make us our 12 portions. Bake them in the oven. So we're going to fill the rest of the cup up. Once the rest of the tray is filled up, we're going to take our maple syrup.
That's my favorite part.
We're going to drizzle it inside here a little bit. Get some caramelizing. And caramelizing is when the sugars get to a higher temperature. We're going to put a little bit of brown sugar in there, just so it crunches up nice.
Oh, hallelujah.
Just a little bit inside the bottom. You don't need too much, maybe about a half a teaspoon. Sits in there just like that. So we'll finish up this tray and then we'll pop it in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes until they're crispy brown. Yeah. We've pre-washed these. I've set a few on the side that aren't trimmed. We're going to use those for garnish later. What I've done, of course, just take your paring knife like this here, slice the top off. This, of course, is going to go in the garbage, and that becomes part of our prep. These ones here we're going to use for garnish. We'll come back to those in just a few minutes. The strawberries themselves, depending on what shape you want to actually produce them, we can create a bunch of different things here. So what we want to do is we'll create little spears. And we just cut it in half and roll around like this. Very simple. We're working on the board with a sharp knife. We're not trying to hold the fruit in our hand. That's when accidents can happen. We sure don't want to start cutting fruit like this. Okay? So on your board, just like that. And once we have all of the ingredients prepared, we're going to toss them together in a bowl. We'll sprinkle a little bit more of the maple syrup, some of the brown sugar, a little pinch of salt, just to bring out some flavors. Personally, I like the way pepper goes with strawberries, so we're just get a little bit of some pepper in there like that. We're going to mix it all together. We're going to flash it in the frying pan, and that's going to be some of the toppings that go inside the pumpkin mousse. Set that on the side. We'll get back to the strawberries in just a second. The next thing we want to do is we want to take our pumpkin mousse. This is the pumpkin puree that you get in the grocery stores. We're going to take approximately 1 cup pumpkin filling, just like that there. And we're going to use that to incorporate inside our chantilly sauce that's going to go on top. So, get ready for our chantilly sauce, sort of a creme fraiche style. Whipped cream goes into the mixing bowl. About 1.5 cups. Take our whisk. We want to use a sort of a crazy 8 motion in the bowl. Help get our lift. It's really important that your bowl is clean, dry. Otherwise you might have some problems getting the whipped cream to rise. So we're just spend a couple minutes here putting this together. I didn't put the mixer together because it's just going to get dirty and I'm going to have to wash it. So we're just going to spend a couple minutes here, break some good, easy chefs at home sweat, and we'll be right back with you. Excellent. So our whipping cream is about half done. We're going to add some sugar, about a half a cup. Just give it another whisk there for about 1 more minute till it all comes together. It's looking nice and stiff there now. See how it's starting to stick to the whip? Looks good. Fantastic. So we've portioned out 1 cup of the sour cream. We're going to add it to the whipped cream for the sauce. Comme ça. Fold it in, not whisking too much now anymore. Just fold it in real gentle. Just like that there. We'll season that later on just before we go to serve it up. So we're going to pop this in the fridge right now. So the next thing that we're going to do is create the mousse part of the filling. So we've measured off 1.5 cups of pumpkin pie mix. And what we're going to do next is reduce some cream. So I have a little stock pot here. Measure some of our whipping cream. We need approximately 2 cups. Fantastic. I'm going to pour it in here. Turn our heat up. We just want to reduce this cream a little bit. Excellent. Just on a low to medium heat. We don't want it too hot. Excellent. That looks pretty good. Just like that there. Put the lid on it. Let it come up to heat. Be ready to go. As soon as that starts to reduce, we're going to get the mixture, put it together. Strawberries, of course, will be flambéed in a frying pan at the last minute as we fill the cups. That'll need just a minute or so to come up. Excellent. All right. So what we're going to want to do here is prepare our strawberry station. This needs a little bit more of a higher heat. We want to cook a little bit of the brown sugar and the maple syrup that are in here. The natural juices from the strawberries will give us our water we need. Again, we're just cooking it down just a little bit, and we'll let it rest. Perfect. Little spatula here inside, move it around. Fantastic. The lid on there, let it come up. Cream's coming along. Get ready to make our fillings. So we said we'd get back to these strawberries here, so I'm going to show you a few tricks. Grab a dinner plate from over here. And when you're doing any of the plate presentations, we cut off the bottom here. We can make what's called a strawberry wall. So as long as we make some even slices of the strawberry, we can put it right on the plate like that and just move it along just like this. It'll look great along all the other garnishes and stuff that we're doing with our desserts. The other types of things is to leave the green on, slice 3/4 of the way through the strawberry, and make ourselves a quick little fan, possibly to go on top. So we'll leave these garnishes here on the side. We'll get back to them once the mousse is ready. Strawberries are coming up. Excellent. We'll turn the heat down now that it's started to boil a little bit. We'll let it cook for about 2 or 3 minutes because we want the strawberries firm, and it'll be ready to go.